Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Felicity here. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to train your intuition for tarot. You know, at the beginning of our learning tarot, most of us will depend upon on the instruction booklet that comes with the tarot deck, or we will find out some books on the tarot learning, or we search online to find out how to interpret certain cards in certain decks. And most of us will have a basic knowledge of the traditional Rider-Waite system. And sometimes when we buy a new deck that is not following the traditional Rider-Waite system, and sometimes we have a little bit of challenges or a little bit of struggles when learning to interpret a certain deck that is not closely follow the traditional Rider-Waite system. And the information that I'm going to share here actually can help you to forget about the basic knowledge and to focus on the meaning of the cards and the energy of the cards that you get, and you will come up with a refined, accurate, and detailed reading for your sitters. And you no longer need to rely solely on the books or instruction booklets. So what I suggest here is to really go to galleries and museums to look at the paintings, whether it's abstract painting, landscape, still life, or portraits, self-portraits. Look at them all, study at them all. Here, what I mean study doesn't mean that you need to go to some library or you need to take some courses in order to know about the techniques or in order to know about the certain artists. Here I'm talking about connecting your energy, connecting your intuition to the paintings in order to tap into the collective consciousness and see what the painting is all about, and also to look at the symbols and how the symbols communicate with you. And maybe some of you may feel intimidated by going to gallery or museums because you feel that maybe you need to be a scholar or you need to learn a lot of about history of art or certain artists to appreciate art. In fact, you need not understand one thing about art or history of art or artists at all. What you get most is the feeling that you get from the painting, and you can have a little conversation with the painting. And what it is good is that it's better for you not to understand a thing about the painting, because once you have certain information about certain painting or artists, and then you are analyzing the painting using your mind. You are analyzing the painting using the words that others tell you. Or you are using certain information the critics tell you. And it's just like you are using the book or the instruction booklet to help you interpret the cards when you are doing tarot reading. And so, forget about going to look for information for certain painting, or forget about renting the audio guides before the entrance of the gallery. I'm not saying that, okay, you should completely ignore the basic meaning of the paintings, or you should completely ignore the critics' explanation, interpretation of the painting. What I'm saying that before you come up with your own interpretation, it's better to not let others influence your own interpretation or your own imagination, your creativity. And so you can prepare yourself before you go to a museum and gallery. Dress semi-formal or smart casual because you would like to respect the atmosphere, the circumstances. Wear flats, always wear comfortable shoes because you are going to spend at least 3 or 4 hours there. It is better to choose a medium-sized galleries or museums. Otherwise, you need to spend a whole day there. And then, sometimes when you spend more than 3 or 4 hours in a gallery, your mind, your intuition gets a little bit tired and you need to recharge and refresh. So sometimes the energy gets confused if you spend a lot of time to look at the painting because your intuition will get tired. And so it's better to choose a medium-sized gallery or museums. Just spend 3 or 4 hours, not more than 6 hours, because 6 hours is too much for your intuition, for your soul, for your spirit. And so dress nicely, just semi-formal, flat shoes, and bring a bottle of water as well, because water is allowed as long as you're not destroying the paintings or anything. And you may sometimes consider taking a camera with you. They may not always allow you to take photo with a flash, but you may wish to take the plate, the little plate that describes the title of certain painting, and you will have a reference when you look back after a whole day in a gallery. And so once you get to the gallery, quiet your mind, stand in front of the painting, stare at the painting and see how you feel about certain painting. And then where do your eyes direct you to look at? And if certain things catches your attention, pay attention to that detail. Why your eyes lay upon certain things? Is it because the symbol? Is it because the colors? Is it because the structure of certain painting? Or is it because the appearance of the persona inside a portrait? Spend time to ask yourself a lot of questions, because we are there to learn. And then look at the contrast. Sometimes there is a dark and light contrast, and sometimes there's a color contrast. Maybe there's a contrast between the emotions between people. Maybe at the corner, some people are sad and some people are very happy. Pay attention to that. How do they make you feel? How does the painting make you feel? Ask questions like you are a child, because children are very curious. Children have imaginations. They are not afraid of asking questions that adults consider stupid. Actually, there are no stupid questions. There are questions that help you to interpret the paintings. And so as you look at the painting, you are actually connecting to the past, connecting to the energy while the painting are being conceived. You are connecting to the energy of the persona that is being portrayed in that painting. You are connecting to the model that are used in the painting. At the same time, you are also connecting to the energy, to the emotions of the artists and painters. And you are also connecting to the history as well. And so also you are connecting to the collective consciousness, because many people have spent time in the galleries or museums, and many people have looked at the paintings before. So try to quiet your mind and just stare at the painting and listen to what they are saying to you. And at the beginning, you can have a conversations. You can ask and answer. Maybe you are answering for yourself, or maybe your soul is answering you, or maybe sometimes actually it is the spirits or the energy of the artist at that certain time is answering you. It doesn't matter whether the artist is reincarnated or not, because the spirit, that certain energy is saved in the source, in a certain space. They can still speak to you because that energy can speak to you. The energy from the past is saved up at certain space. And so spend at least 5 minutes staring at the painting and try to listen to yourself, talking to yourself. And you can invite your higher self, spirit guides, or angels to talk to you. And get the message. Sometimes the messages are for you, and sometimes it is the message for the collective group, the collective consciousness. And it is usually coming from the love source, because those paintings that are selected to put into the galleries and museums carry high frequency. And at certain point of the artist's life, and when they master the techniques, when their techniques and the style mature, it is not about how well they paint anymore. It is all about how well they are able to channel the love source and bring it down to earth, and freeze that moment, freeze all the energy inside that painting. That's why the paintings, their works, can carry on and pass from one generation to the next, because it carries high frequency. Everyone loves high frequency, love the high vibration things. And those paintings that are in the museum galleries carry all the high frequency, because the painters channel the love source and bring it down to earth. That is their mission. That is the soul's purpose. And so it's better, that's why it's better to look at the paintings selected by the galleries rather than looking at the photos of the past, because you're not sure whether the people that are captured in the photo are going through the time, whether it's hard time, or whether they suffer from illness, mental illness, or suffer from sudden death. And when you're channeling the energy from that photograph, sometimes the low vibration energy can seep through and then talk to you. So it's better not to find the old photos and try to get the message from the photo, because if the person that is captured in the photo, when they are alive, when they have a hard time, when they are in pain, and it carries low vibration, and low vibration attract low vibration, and those entity from the lower vibration space will come through. So you don't want to do that. So it's better to go to see the paintings in the museum and galleries. And the second tips is that even though you are not living very close to those galleries or museums, and try to go to the preview of some auction houses, because they are selected there for a reason. And many people try to bid on it. Actually, they are bidding on the high frequency things. They are paying for the high frequency things. And so it is not necessary to go to galleries or museums You can go to a preview of the auction house as well. Again, you don't need to know one thing about paintings. You don't need to be a scholar or a researcher in order to get to know the paintings. Actually, you know what? If you can say something, if you can get something that is not exactly how others interpret, you can get closer to the paintings because it is personal. It is personal to you. How the painting talk to you is different from how the painting talk to others. Same with tarot deck. And so once you get to know how this system works, you can read any deck you like. No matter the style, no matter who the illustrator or who the creator is. You don't need to rely on books, on instruction booklet at all. And so try to tap into that energy and then see how the painting talk to you. And of course, for some certain symbols, you cannot drift too far away. For example, forget-me-nots or lily of valley, they always signify purity of heart, love, and marriage, and happiness. Or when you see a painting that the symbols that you don't understand, you can jot it down and do a little bit of research online, and you find out a lot about culture, a lot about the symbols, meaning of symbols. And also you know a lot about a certain period, you know, Victorian period, medieval period, how certain symbol, how certain clothes, and why the people are portrayed in different style, portrayed in different clothing. You can do a lot of research later on. But first and foremost, and most important thing is try to get the meaning, to interpret the paintings yourself. Another point is to go to the museum to look at paintings alone. Why? Because your focus, your attention is very important. It's like meditation in a more public place. And you do not wish to talk to others while you are focusing on the message that the painting is conveying to you. So try to focus on the painting, and it's better to go alone to look at the painting. Or if you go with someone, you can just go to different direction, and then during lunchtime or during dinner, you can talk about how you feel about certain painting. Another point is that when you got stirred up emotionally, or when you cry, and when you feel too excited, you don't need to feel embarrassed. You don't need to feel embarrassed and cry in front of your partner or the people that accompany you. Because sometimes I got stirred up and I cry after looking at certain painting, not because it's very ugly, or not because the pain that is described in the painting. Actually, there's no pain that is described in the painting. It's all beautiful, and all the beauty inside is love in the high frequency. It is that you get the message from the painting, and then you feel touched. You are touched by the artist's sentimental mind, and also maybe the sentiments of the model that are used in the portrait. And so also another point is to avoid the most popular one in a gallery. You know, every gallery, every museum has a crowning jewel. The crowning jewels are the most popular painting, most visited painting. Avoid that. Why? It is because every day they have walking tour. They have guided tour. And during the guided tour, the guide will stand in front of the painting, and the painting is surrounded by a group of people, and the guy start talking. And then when you look at the painting, the popular painting, and what you get is that the painting is very rigid. The painting, when they are communicating with you, they say that, oh, other people always interpret me in this way. So I'm showing you this way. I'm showing you what the others are interpreting. Because what? Painting absorbs energy. When every day, when a group of people look at the painting and interpret it in the same way, and when the painting hear the words that are spoken in front of it, it will absorb the energy and take it as its own. And so what you get from the painting is the exact interpretation that is being said every day in front of it by the tour guide. So when you stand in front of it and ask it, what do you want to show me? It always show you. It always tell you the information that the guy is telling. So it doesn't do any good at all. And the painting that is less popular and less visited can help you a lot, because it's going to tell you, okay, some people interpret me in this way, and some people interpret it this way. I can show you this way. See, look at it. Look at me in this way. And then later on, you look at it again, and it will tell you another interpretation. So it's looking at different angle and show you a lot of things. So your creativity got boost. And that's how you train your creativity, your intuition. It is the communication between you and the painting. You are tapping into the energy of the painting rather than just memorizing the interpretation that others tell you. And then when you look at the tarot spread, look at the tarot cards, you come up with your own interpretation rather than let others tell you, rather than memorizing all the interpretations others written in the book. And that's how you come up with a unique, detailed, refined reading that you cannot get when you are interpreting the cards using the words that is written on the books or online. And you allow your energy, you allow the energy of the sitters to flow, and you allow the cards to talk to you. First, the individual card talk to you, and then inside the whole spread, the card talk to each other. That you can see how the energy circulate around the whole spread and talking to you actually. Don't ignore the voice. Sometimes the voice that you are hearing, it is actually the energy of the card, of the painting that is telling you. Or sometimes it's your higher self, the guides, or from the love source communicate with you. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next video. I will share a lot of information about how to learn tarot later. And if you are interested in booking a reading from me, please visit my website by clicking the link in the description box below. See you later. Bye.